Students, in the last video I have told you about classification. Classification is a method that is used in our biology for the sake of study, our systematic study to make classes. So what is a class? Is a particular kind of group, right? So what kind of this group that can be called as class? Such a group where the components or the participants of that group or members of that group have some common feature. Common feature means that is the feature that is present in all the members. I have given you the example of your class, if you remember. Then we have taken some examples. When I said a mango, you told this is plant, because all living things, they are either plants or animals, right? So this way, in the beginning we have classified the animals as plants or animals. And what kind of living beings will be plant? Which are green in color, which are fixed at one place, whose cells have cell wall, who can carry on photosynthesis, and because of photosynthesis, which are autotrophs. And what kind of living things will be animals? Which are of varying colors, which can go from one place to another place, which lack cell wall in their cells, and they can't carry on the photosynthesis process, and they depend on other. Now let me show you one example. Carefully you see this figure. You see this figure I am drawing? Right. See this figure carefully. Now this figure, you look at this figure very carefully. Can you see? Can you see this figure? Now look at this figure, and you will able to know now very carefully observe this figure. Can you see this one? This figure? What is the name written here? Chlamydomonas. What is the name? Chlamydomonas. Okay, have you observed it? Now I have some questions for you, right? Question is, tell me whether whether this living being is a plant or an animal. Seeing this, what will you say? Most of you will be confused. Seeing this hair-like structure as insects have the antennae. Similarly, this living being also have this structure, hair-like structure, but this is not antennae. They are called flagella. These are hair-like structures, right? This is called flagella, right? And this can go from one place to another place. This is aquatic in nature. When we study this living being, what you see, when our scientists, our biologists, they studied this living being, when they came across this living being, what they found, this can go from one place to another place, right? And look at this feature of animals. What it says, those living beings which can go from place to place, what will you call them? Animal or plant? Yes, obviously seeing this feature, you will say this living being is an animal, right? But at the same time, when this was observed by our scientists, the color of this animal was green, and that too due to chlorophyll, that is a feature of plants. You see, first feature here in plants. So seeing this feature, that it can swim or go from one place to another, you will say this is animal. Seeing this feature in the same animal, that is presence of chlorophyll, you will say this is a plant. Now contradiction arises. What will you call it? Whether will you call it as a plant, as an animal because of its locomotion or going from one place to another, or will you call it as a plant because of this green color present on the body and is autotrophic in mode of nutrition, that is this one, this feature of plant, right? So what will you call this? Will you call animal or plant? Obviously you are suspicious, you are doubtful. Not only you, our scientists also, Our scholars also, those who studied biology, they also got amazed. They were also doubtful whether to keep this living being in the category in the class of plants or in the class of animals. That was the major confusion. Now I will leave you with this question for some time, and in the next video I will ask you, will you keep this in animals or plants, right? If you have the answer. That's all in this video. Thank you.